When we went through some of those strategies for factoring, ways that we factored, I mentioned that we've done factoring by grouping, but we are going to see a new way to factor by grouping. And that's what we're going to see in example 2 here. Example 2a, we are going to factor by grouping in a new way. Write out our example here. Our example we'll do is x to the third plus 2x squared minus 3x minus 6. Now, when we factored by grouping before, we started off, we multiplied a times c, we rewrote our middle term so that we really had 4 terms that we could pair off. In this new way to factor by grouping, this strategy is actually easier than before because we already have our 4 terms here that we can pair off. So I want to see x to the third plus 2x squared. What do these have in common? I don't know what that was. Both of these terms have an x squared that we could factor out. And then I would be left with x squared times x is x to the third. X squared times 2 is 2x squared. Over here, my other pair, negative 3x minus 6. These both are divisible by 3. And since this is a negative 3x here, I'm going to factor out a negative 3. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Negative 3 times positive 2 is negative 6. And just like before, when you're factoring by grouping, these two sets of parentheses should be the same. We factor out our common factor here. And then we also take what is left over. We have x squared minus 3 left over. Okay, we're in factored form. We have our two sets of parentheses. We can go from here. This x squared minus 3, okay, this doesn't factor. But same idea, we still want to see when is each part equal 0. X plus 2 is equal to 0. When x is negative 2, that's one of my solutions. And then right here, okay, when is x squared minus 3 equal to 0? We add 3 to both sides. Square root. And x is, don't forget, as soon as we square root, we need to put that plus or minus in. X is plus or minus the square root of 3.